Time for a progress report on this continuous weave shawl, or not a shawl, it's a scarf project. As you can see, I've made some progress. I'm going to just kind of walk down across the loom. There's where we go. And you can see in these areas I've still got a ways to go. Still got some more threads. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nails to go. Should be the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So that's what's needed. And I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod and start to try and show you the beginning at least of one section of weaving at this point in the project. Okay, so hopefully you can see right there I've got a nail, and I'm going to trap the lighter blue thread around there, come down to here, next nail down on this side, go up, and now I need to get through there. And I've been using my fingers to do this, and it's getting harder and harder to do. I may have to start using a crochet hook. You can't hardly see that. I know my fingers are in the way, but I'm now under 2 threads. Let's see if I can do the next one. Under that light blue thread. Going to go under these 2. Let's try it with a crochet hook. So we'll go under 2, pick this guy up and pull him through. And it could be more than 2. I'm going to try 3 this time. 1, 2, 3. So we'll go under 1, 2, 3, grab and pull through. It was much easier to do this when I wasn't as far along, because it was real easy to grab these with my fingers. But now that I'm getting farther on, I need to use the crochet hook just because it's hard to get my fingers in that opening. So 1, 2, 3, and pull through. 1, 2, 3, and pull through. 1, 2, and pull, and finally 1, 2, and pull. Okay, so there we are, the first one. Now I'm just going to pull some extra thread up, so I've got some working thread. This one goes over, because I'm going to the right, I'm going to stay on the nail closest to the right, and it's going to come down this way. And now I'll grab the crochet hook again. And pull through, coming down in this section. And I'm going to keep doing this, zigzagging all the way across in that open space, so you'll get the idea, until I get over to the other side of the loom. Well, gang, hopefully you can see right here I'm down to only 2 nails left. Ideally I should have 3, but I think I did a miscount when I set this up. So anyways, 2 nails left. And I've got this bit coming through, so this one's going to go around here, and hopefully you can see right here that I'm going to go through and pick that up and begin up this side. So I'm on the last set of weaving of a continuous thread that's going up and down as a 2. So let's zoom you out just a little bit and give you a better idea, whoops, of what I'm doing and what it looks like at this point. You can see here where I'm going to go toward the end over there. So when it gets down to this close, it's hard to get in there. I had been using my fingers. I'm now down to using a crochet hook to just grab and pull about 2 threads at a time, and I have to be careful not to get this thing twisted like that as I go through here, because that can really confuse things. So doing a pickup of 2 threads at a time. You can see this is, toward the end, this gets to be a really slow process. But I'm going to keep going, doing this down to the end, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. I'm still on this last row. See, now here I've got 3 nails at top. It has to do with somewhere I miscounted. Don't know where. But we'll take advantage of that. We can use that. Not to worry. So I'm going to pull up a little bit. I have to go under the first one, and I'm not going to bother to go around the nail till I've got it looped through, because it just makes it easier. So this goes, that one goes there. Goes there, okay. And this goes. These silly touch lights are great until you touch them accidentally. So we'll pull the thread up. I'm going to go under 2, grab and pull. Under 2, grab and pull. There really isn't as much room as I'd like to work with, but that's the idea. You're going to close up this big wide open space that you're working in. Oh, see, I made a mistake there. Should have gone over that. Let's back up. Down to this point, I'm just going to start going one thread at a time with the actual weaving. Okay, so I've got 3 white nails there. We'll go around that one and that one. We're going to pull back just a little. I went around one too many nail. There, so I'm around that nail there, around that nail there. Now we're going to just go in and separate these 2 threads a little bit with this hair pick, because we still have to do one more threading through here, but I won't be using the double threads to do it. It's going to be a single thread. So now let me go spread these out, and I'm going to turn the camera off just for a minute or two while I spread these out, and we'll come back and see about putting the last thread through. We're back at the starting end. There's where I actually started, so I'm at this end where I'm going to finish. What I need to do now is measure how much of this blue, dark blue thread I need to go the full length approximately. So we'll just lay it on. I'm not weaving, I'm just laying it on. Kind of hard to follow my hand and direct the camera at the same time. Maybe if I zoom out a little bit more. There we go, down to there, down to there, up to about there, down to there. And that's about how much I need. So I'm going to just go down, measure out another foot or so, and grab a scissors and cut that off right there. Be back as soon as I get that done. Okay, I've got this end of the piece that I just cut off at the other end. I'm going to try and put it through this nice little plastic super oversized sewing needle. Getting all 3 pieces through there is not the easiest thing in the world, but there we go, we're through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to effectively weave with just this little needle through here, over that one, under that one, over that one. And again, I got to do this little bits at a time. But we're going through, instead of with a double strand, going with a single strand, which will in effect lock all of the other ones in place when I get to the other end. So the last thread through here is just a single strand. And you can see I'm kind of weaving it with this oversized plastic sewing needle. At least I hope you can see that. Over under, it's still over under. And I'm going to do this all the way across through all of these last little bits of opening. And then since I pushed the threads a little bit too far out, I'm going to come through with the pick and effectively push some of these a little bit closer together to even out the threads as I get farther on, to make it a little bit evener, more even looking, about like I've got there. Okay, so that's going to be the process. I've got to go up to here. I'm going to loop around one of these two nails at the top and back down, and just keep doing this single thread weaving all the way across, and we'll stop and take a look at it when we get to the other corner. Approaching the last corner that I have to make, so let's go up like this. And this is that one case where somehow I have one extra nail on the top, and I don't know why. But it's convenient to have it, because then I can go around it and go under here, over there, under here, over there. I'm noticing that as I pull through, the pulling action on this thread is almost starting to do a little bit of untwisting of it. And this being an acrylic, I'm not too worried about it because it's pretty strong stuff. If I were using a natural fiber, a wool or alpaca or something like that, I'm a little worried that that would be a problem. So let's aim you down a little bit. Looks like, see, here's a place where I made a mistake before. I missed this one thread. So, oh well. So we go over this, under this. That's happened to me a couple times. I've missed a single thread. But I can't go back. That would have been one of the very first threads I did. I can't go back and correct it without literally ripping the whole piece apart, and I'm not going to do that. So count that as another mistake in here. Let's aim you down just a little bit more now. When I've seen a few other videos on YouTube of how to do this, and I have watched some of them, I've not seen anyone show what to do with this last little bit of thread at the very end. Everybody shows you the beginning, but nobody shows you the exact ending. So I'm going to guess at the way to end this. Let me zoom you out just a little bit. And here's my guess. I'm going to basically weave this piece in along this edge up to the top and then just leave it there and cut it off. I think that will lock it in enough that it should hold. Obviously this is all guesswork on my part, but I think there'll be enough tension here. Because what I don't want to do, very simply, is tie a knot into it. I just have a natural aversion to tying knots in my weaving if I can avoid it. So there's the way that I'm going to end it. I have to do this same thing on the other end with the tails that I left from the very beginning. And I know that, but I'm not going to waste your time showing you this bit of sewing over at that end. It's bad enough I'm doing it on this end, isn't it? This plastic needle has got just a little bit of flexibility to it, and I can grab it and bend it just a little bit. I push it through and I'm catching it literally with my fingernail and pulling it back up. Now it's not making it. There we go. So we'll go back this way once or twice. That ought to be pretty much enough to lock us in, I think. That's enough. Grab my handy dandy. Hopefully that's secure enough from down here, just weaving all the way through there. I just have to adjust the size of this opening here a little bit. So you can see that one thread that I said I missed right there. Don't know how I did it, but I did. Too bad. So I've got to move a few threads like this and be back when I am totally done. Okay, there is the still on the loom finished product. So obviously the next step is to get it off of the loom. And because it's held on all those individual pegs, I'm going to have to lift it off there peg at a time. Let's see if we can zoom in. Okay, we'll go see if, go see if I can start to get this off. I'm just going to use this same needle again to get under the threads and try and lift them off of the nails. So this is kind of a putsy part of it too. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Just lifting each little bit of it off of a nail. And again, I'm not going to make you suffer through this whole process. I expect it to shrink up a little bit because it is under some moderate tension. And once it's completely off, maybe I'll ask my favorite model to come out of the sewing room, and you can see what it looks like on her. So you can see what I'm doing. And I got a ways to go yet. Okay, YouTubers, here she is wearing her new scarf. I think it looks pretty decent. It's not as tight a weave as the scarves I usually make on the regular loom. Okay, I'll grant you that. But I think it looks pretty neat. Has a nice feel to it. Again, it's an acrylic. For those of you that will think back to the beginning, this is a Red Heart acrylic chunky yarn, and on one of these chunks I've got 5 ounces, which they say is 171 yards. And here's how much is left, just a little teeny ball. 10 or 15 yards, I'd guess. Maybe not even that, maybe 8 yards. I didn't measure. But that's it. This project is done. So thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to go through this. I haven't put all the videos together yet, obviously, but I suspect it's going to be another long one. I might even have to break this into 2. We'll see when I get all the pieces parts measured out in my editing software. So again, thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber to my channel, I really do appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber but you like the kinds of projects that I do, I would appreciate you subscribing. And until next time around on YouTube, bye-bye.